Hello.
Hello.
Ghost Hunter, you're not first.
Hello. Ghost Hunter got beat out.
Paint liquor.
Beat out, buddy. Hard life. Being second.
Just us today.
Just us.
Stuck with us. He looks good. Did it already?
Nope.
I mean, I
Wrong
did.
camera. It was set to camera 2.
Camera 1.
Huh?
I did camera 1. Gabe also said that he did it when he came in.
It was set to camera 2, so it's easy to mistake. Third order shipment is on the way. Third order? I hope not like all in a row. What the heck? Dancing crabs? Jabe is slacking.
What's that? What does that mean?
What?
That Gabe is slacking.
I don't know. They said it.
It needs to
Said
get
Jabe
in the
is
studio.
slacking and needs to get in the studio. I don't want him in here.
Not,
what are you talking about?
This is my job.
All right. Purple pants time? Perhaps? Time to paint purple pants? Or we go back to the skin, or do you want to work? I want to work on shadows on the skin, I think probably is better. Do.
About a week and a half apart. You gotta make a list. Make a list. Go in with a purpose. It's like the grocery store.
All right, yeah, let's do a little bit of darkness. I don't know what I want to do, though. I don't want to do purple. We did dark blue in the shadows, but I think I want a little bit more dark green in the shadow.
Jabe is doing marketing in his office.
So maybe some
marketing
black
does not
green.
happen in here unless we're painting.
Maybe some black green shatters. That's what we used first. Black green.
Vomit. Hello. Thank you for the sub.
Hello.
41 months.
Go on, Rancid. Want to make another glaze. A little bit of black green.
What's this one for?
Shadows.
Ah.
I want a little bit more. We have the dark blue shadow on him, but I want a little bit more green darkness, you know? So it doesn't just go from because we did the black green as a glaze over the top of all those colors, so it was never really dark.
Mm-hmm.
It just shifted us towards a mid-tone green. I'm going to put a little bit of the black green in the shadows. I'm almost out of glaze wash again.
Oh.
Somebody needs to not be using as much glaze wash in this room. That's probably me.
I mean, I think you each have your own bottles.
Probably
so.
me. Probably me. I need to settle down the glaze wash medium. I get it.
Yeah, see? He's working. He has an office here. He does work in it.
Yep. Well, I got stuff to do so you can get cool new things. This is also true. Mostly Gabe sits around and talks about how in some fictitious world you should be making tea in a Keurig. Which, not the case. Not even
That's how I make my
true.
tea. I don't know. Cooks the water.
It cooks the water.
It does.
Is that what the Keurig does?
Yeah.
I mean, the water dispenser just gives you cooked water.
Yeah, but it's not as hot. you really want hot, and I know the water
Dude, this
dispenser.
tea is super hot.
The water dispenser does get very hot, but I feel like
It makes our noodle soup.
Well, okay, so also, I don't use the Keurig here. I make it that way at home. We don't have a hot water dispenser at home.
Tea. I have tea. Proper English tea. Not really.
No, doesn't
But I can
milk in it.
pretend. I'm a fancy guy like that. I'm fancy. The funny thing is that Gabe is like the bougie one. Like, he's always talking about how bougie he is. He's like a little bit of a hipster. And then he's the one that comes in and says, make your tea in a Keurig. I'm like, God, that's just so not Gabe.
Why? It's smart. What is your problem with making tea in a Keurig?
I've made my point.
You haven't at all. I have no idea why you think this is wrong.
Well, the only thing the Keurig does is make the water hot. So,
yes.
Yeah.
It makes the water hot.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with that? I still don't understand the problem.
Take a little bit of transparent black. Because, like, you could put the cup in the microwave and it doesn't take as long as a Keurig takes to heat up.
Keurig doesn't take that long.
Huzzah, huzzah.
And in the microwave,
Just throw
it
back
makes
my
your
legs
cup
and
hot.
pollute my britches with delight.
Which makes the fluid seem
No,
hotter.
it burns your hands.
It helps the whole situation.
No, it doesn't. The thing is that both methods work. There is absolutely nothing wrong with using a Keurig to make hot water for tea.
Heathens. Everybody knows it's supposed to be in a teapot.
Well, did you do that today?
Yes.
I don't think you did.
You weren't there.
Well, I know we don't have a teapot here or a stove.
Good Venture says, quick question. I'm sure I've seen those paints in another set, but is set 4 a new set? All the sets are new colors. Except for the what is labeled as the starter set that comes with
I see.
various colors and some brushes in it.
But it is not a newly released
Yeah.
set. No, it's been out for a long time. And those set 4 colors are the only set 4 is the only set that has those colors.
That's what I read it to mean. While not being new date-wise, all the colors in it are new colors.
They're all unique colors. They're not in any other sets. JP said, "Yeah, I paid $400 and paid a guy to hook it up to." So wait, so like your Keurig, you don't have to refill it with water; it just is hooked up to your water, because that is amazing.
Yeah, they have
That's
them that
one of
hook
the
up your
things that I
direct to
hate
a
most
water
about
line.
Keurig is that I have to keep filling it up. Such a pain in the butt.
Yeah, they make the ones that are hardline with a filter in line and all sorts of stuff.
We just have like a primitive Keurig,
Oh, ours is
an
totally basic.
antique.
Ours is super basic.
So our new set is the newest set that has been released. The most recently released set is our fluorescent set. Venti 800. Frequently, when I use the glaze and wash medium, I run into issues having it partially dry and tear while I'm working with it. Is there a best practice to keep that from happening?
Probably a little bit more water in it. Don't mix so much at one time. Would be another way to help with that.
Zolthan, thank you for the follow.
While it does have a drying retarder component to it, it's not meant to let the paint be workable for super long times. You know, I mix up quite a bit here because I'm going fast, but you really don't want to be making an absolute crap ton of it. And if you are, you saw me put a little bit of water in it, even though I'm not using it as a wash. because that'll keep that from happening. And make sure your brush is damp, you know. Also, don't overwork it on the model. It's still a glaze. And so no matter if you're using a medium or not, you want to make sure that when glazing, you're only doing one area and then moving on to the next. Right? So I'll do the top of that little muscle, and then I'll go down to the next one, even though that one's not exactly the way I want it yet. I'll come down to this one and put some darkness on this first.
Ranger, what is the question on that? You got the cutters. You were thinking of getting the bundle, but the image showed the old one.
What bundle?
The tool bundle, I guess?
I don't think we have it anymore. It's not supposed to be on the site, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Yeah, the tool bundle. We gave one away on the holiday stream.
Oh. I didn't think the tool bundle was available anymore. Oh, it's a cutting bundle. It's not available.
Yeah, the tool bundle is the mat.
We probably didn't change the picture in it, but the tool bundle would give you the exact same cutters. Hey, Gabe, can you look at that? It may still have the picture of the old cutters, but it would come with the new ones. The old cutters don't exist anymore,
they don't
so
exist.
you wouldn't accidentally get them or anything.
And they were good cutters, so even if you did get them, there would be a problem, right?
Yeah, but we don't have any.
We don't have
I don't want people thinking that they would get them
Mm-mm.
if for some reason they wanted it.
Can you look, Gabe, at the tool bundle? The picture of the tool bundle product probably has the old cutters in it. We may need to update that. Black Wolf, same to you. Hope you had a nice holiday.
Everybody's having a good week, and you're still on holiday, that it's still being good. About to do the New Year's thing. Anybody got big New Year's plans?
Yeah. What does everyone do for New Year's?
We hide from people.
Go partying, huh?
We hide from people.
Yeah, we do. I'm like, I'm gonna stay in my house with the doors locked and the lights off.
Cuddle our dog when the fireworks start.
Yeah. Omicron Samurai, after today, have 4 days off. That's a nice long vacation. Enjoy it. Yep. Painting like a good boy. Stay in your house and paint. Does anybody do any like game night marathons, like ring in the new year by playing games? Oh, there we go. Jade, board games, painting, good food, not going anywhere.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
That's what we should do. I wish we had like the stream set up to where we could do the game table, because that would be kind of fun. Do a New Year's Eve game table stream.
A puzzle race. It's a puzzle race. Like you have puzzles and see who can finish them fastest.
Oh, I would
Oh,
suck at
Gabe
that.
said that we can make that happen.
I would suck at puzzle racing.
What is puzzle racing? Is it exactly what it sounds like?
I would assume. I'm just going by what you said.
I love puzzles.
I do too, but I definitely take my time on them.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to do them fast.
Two teams of two doing the same puzzle. First team to win gets a bottle of booze. Game Delay said I put paint on a barbarian last night just to feel like my day had fun in it, and then it bugged me all morning how not bright the model was under regular lights. So I took the time I didn't have to airbrush on dark warm flesh, olive flesh, and an underspray of dark magenta, and now it's happy.
There you go.
Well, that's good. JP got a new work vehicle, a 23-foot van. So fancy. It will be wrapped bright yellow with Pokemon all over it. You got the Pokemon mobile.
Good God. What are you people doing out there?
They got a whole Pokemon empire.
What are you doing?
I mean, Ranger, he really likes Pokemon. Is that a problem? He said jealous much.
What are you doing out there?
We had the nerd box for a while.
It was also not 23 feet long and
No.
wrapped with yellow Pokemon.
It wasn't wrapped in Pokemon.
Is this, I assume you're going to shows and stuff with it, JP?
Yeah, I would assume so. Pashka RDD, thank you for the follow. Very much a kids get in my van kind of vibe. I mean,
Yeah.
could be a little questionable. Ooh, hey, everybody, look at the Pokemon van. Let's go check it out.
Oh,
The weird guy.
do you like Pokemon?
Game delay, I don't understand that, but I assume it's relevant. When it's a Pokemon Empire, Game delay said, it becomes everyone's problem as he takes his army of Snorlax to conquer the known world.
I actually know what a Snorlax is.
Snorlax.
I played a deck that had Snorlax in it. I actually know this reference. I got that reference.
Ghost Hunter, so I'm not supposed to get in the Pokemon van? I mean, if you're a consenting adult, you do what you want.
You do you, as the phrase goes.
Division Ring, I forgot to ask last time, is this Hulk an actual game piece or just a 3D print?
It's a game piece. It's Atomic Mass Games. It's Marvel Crisis Protocol Immortal Hulk.
Marvel Crisis Protocol.
MCP Immortal Hulk.
Game Delay said, the confession is I named the one of 4 Pokemon I can think of without Google.
Well, you named one of the ones I know, too. I don't know that I know very many other ones, other than the standard Pikachu.
Chuck the Mead Man keeping his streak alive. Dropping in to say hello. Hello.
What's going on, Chuck?
Violet Kraken Gaming, ahoy. Permission to lurk? Of course. Though we do like it when people chat. Ooh, Chuck. Good vibes to you. Yeah, that's what I was asking, I think, yesterday. I'm like, what is he holding on his foot? It looks like he's holding something with his toes.
Tactical rock. Dallas, their chief design guy, has an unhealthy relationship with tactical rocks. I always give him crap about it. He took it so far with MCP that they have like tactical sewer covers and
Is that the best answer? The interview question?
what's that?
So Chuck the Mead Man said that he was just stopping in to say hello. He's got to zip off to a job interview.
Oh,
And
wait a minute.
Game Delay said, "Your greatest weakness, Chuck, you care too much."
There you go.
Like when they asked, "What's your greatest weakness?" I care way too much.
Is that what you're supposed to say?
I guess.
Mine's always kryptonite. I would just say kryptonite. Because then it's implied that I'm also Superman. That for the 99.9% of the time that you catch me, I'm doing super stuff.
Ah.
It's only that 1 or 0.00001% of the time that I'm falling victim to kryptonite. Dude, so let's be honest. We work hard so our cats can have the best life possible. I mean, I tell Cora every day when I leave, Mom and Dad have to go to work so that Cora can have toys and treats and a nice house and a warm fuzzy sweater and all the good things. She doesn't get it. She doesn't get it.
Get it?
She doesn't understand what we do for her. The lengths we go to.
Right? Least spoiled ever. She's the least spoiled. Yeah, she's not spoiled at all.
The least spoiled pup ever. What? Don't tell her that. She gets wind that there are people out there supporting the cause of Spoil Cora more.
Oh boy.
We're over.
It's already insufferable. She really is the cutest. And she's got a personality that matches the cuteness.
Oh my god.
She can't have popcorn. She's on a very, very strict diet. She has food allergies. So she would have to send the popcorn machine back.
Is Megalodon in chat?
No, it's Ghost
talking
Hunter.
about popcorn machine.
Ghost Hunter this time. Need a Cora cam. Cora used to, when we first got her, she came to work with us. She did not like it. She prefers a life of leisure at home. This Mechanic Games, so just wanted to say I placed an order on Wednesday the 20th. With Christmas and everything, I assumed it would take a bit, but nope, arrived here in Iowa on the 26th. Awesome! I thought that might be going a different direction, but I'm glad to hear that you got it. We do our best. We try really hard to get things turned around pretty quickly, and then it's in the hands of others. But USPS and UPS do a pretty good job most of the time. She should, but she doesn't like to work. That's the thing. She's lazy.
Lazy,
She
lazy,
just wants to stay
lazy.
home in the peace and quiet.
Division ring, you had a gift card and forgot to sign into your account. What?
I don't understand the first part. Placed an order and was very happy to see that Monument lets me not use UPS, DHL, FedEx. Have another delivery coming in with a surprise international courier disappointment. I don't understand.
Where are you at?
Canada, I think.
You in Canada? I mean, it'll still go Canada Post. Right? Because USPS just hands it off to Canada Post.
Yeah.
Unless that's changed. I don't know that Cora hated being here. I think that was very much a struggle having Cora here because she made life uncomfortable for everybody she barked at.
Yeah. Well,
she was just very vocal and stress looking. She
was stressed, and she wants our attention.
Yeah.
So when she can't get our attention, there's nothing, she don't like it. So
that's true.
Oh, I see, division ring. Yeah, so USPS is the option. Gotcha. And yeah, we know that UPS, well, we don't know. We've heard from people that have used UPS in Canada that they do have fees.
Hey, somebody likes us.
Mo. Hello.
Mo.
What kind of toys does Cora like? She
well,
is no, she's very picky. She gets the super chewer box because she destroys. If something is not like really hard, she absolutely destroys it. So, even some of the super chewer toys, if they're not the right kind, she'll rip them apart. But she doesn't like anything that rolls. She doesn't like anything plush.
She likes really hard, freaking, like stuff that tears her gums up, kind of.
Yeah, it can. I mean, yeah, it like they're nylon, those nylon, like really hard nylon toys, and they like they'll tell you to file them, like watch it because they do get pokey. So you use sandpaper and file it down. I mean, she probably would chew on a brick if we gave her a brick. But she goes to town, she'll like find a good toy, and she just is on a roll, and she'll like park herself in a little corner and just chew.
You'll just hear for like an hour.
Yeah. She does want petting her to be a full-time job. Absolutely. 100%. She doesn't want to pay. Lumberjack Tim said, so since Baby J isn't here, is this a therapy Thursday?
Sure. always got room for bad life advice.
Even when Baby J is here. Lacrosse balls, but she doesn't, like I said, she doesn't like anything that rolls. There's a few. She's gotten a few that she is okay with, but again, it's like the texture has to be right. And she can destroy a Kong.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. We got a Kong at one of the very first ones because, that was what I knew of being a really durable toy. And she chewed the top ring off of it.
Okie doke. Purple pants.
X-Ray, it's a piece of glass. Yep, his palette.
Yeah, just a piece of glass.
So it is a dry palette and just a piece of glass that's painted gray on one side. Needs to be cleaned.
Yeah, I think once Jen put peanut butter in the Kong once or twice, the Kong's days were numbered. We found the Kong in like 50 million pieces on the floor.
Yeah.
She just torn it apart.
Well, and it still worked.
It was the super
so
Kong,
it was
too.
a super one. It was the big black one.
The super one.
And the top fattest part, she just chewed all of that off. And then the rest of it was still there, and she still chews on it. But yeah.
Oh, it's kind of like a cup.
Kong.
It's like a bowl now.
Yeah. Well, because they have a hole in the middle, and you're supposed to put peanut butter in. Your super chewer out-chewed the super chewer box. Yeah, there's been a couple, like at the beginning, we had to, because they send you a little thing every month. What did Cora think of the toys? And you rate them, and, you can put their preferences in, and I would say that she, like I would tell them, I'm like, nope, this one didn't last. They had to replace a couple for us at the beginning, until they figured out what to send her.
It's awesome that they do that, though.
It is. It's very cool. If you want durable, give her the pre-supports from the last 3D model I printed. I would destroy a Kong filled with peanut butter too. Yep.
There's these ones that are like big stalks of broccoli.
Yeah.
Right?
She loved the broccoli one so much that I ordered her a second one.
She destroys those.
So there's a couple toys that she gets that she's gotten in the Super Chewer that she loves, and will just chew them up, and she keeps going back to them, and she just loves them. And you can go in and buy the toys individually. And I had to buy her another broccoli. She loved that one because it was rubber on the broccoli part, and then the stem was nylon.
Yeah.
So it was a perfect combination.
She didn't really care for ice cubes. She'll mess with it, but
Yeah, she doesn't get too excited. She'll chase them around a little bit. She'll chew them. And if they're in her water bowl, sometimes she'll like bob for them, like blow bubbles, trying to get them out.
But the last time she had them in her bowl, she just bobbed for them and then spit them out on the
floor.
floor.
It's like, I don't want that in there.
She's like, get that out of here. She's a very finicky dog. Her likes and dislikes, other than being pet, seem to change.
Fireworks that I have a bull terrier, which is the Spuds McKenzie. She literally chewed through our chain link fence. I just buy toys and expect them to be gone by the end of the day. Yeah, she did at the beginning, before we realized how much she chewed. We bought her just standard toys in the Kong, and she chewed through her leash. She chewed through a harness.
Yeah.
She chewed all the toys. Yeah. Now we know. But luckily, knock wood, she doesn't chew up stuff that's not hers.
No,
I mean, she has, but
very rarely.
She destroyed her dog bed.
The back of your shoes, one shoe that I had that I didn't care about.
Yeah.
Like a shirt.
Yeah, she's pretty good about leaving our stuff alone. Oh, she did chew up more than one TV remote.
Oh yeah.
I was
And
growing up.
pillows.
Huh?
And a bunch of pillows.
The pillows at the beginning, yeah. She doesn't, well, she, so in our new house, we've had pillows out and she hasn't chewed them. And then, except one day, she chewed the corner of one.
Which was probably her chewing something else.
Yeah, it probably got too close to something she was chewing on. She's been pretty good about the pillows. My dog chewed through the blinds if she cannot see the front of the house to see if I'm coming home. Trying to think of where in my house I had chewed up blinds. Or maybe it was my mom. It must have been my mom's house. Maybe my mom's dog did that. Millimeter Matt said, I just got my fluorescent set delivered. Aside from the obvious spell effects, plasma rifles, etc., how do you like to incorporate them into your paint jobs?
For me, that's really how I use them, is for effects. They are also pretty good mixers to just make things really vibrant. Just realize that as you use them as mixers, you lose the fluoresce portion of them. So in a lot of cases, transparents will be better for that over the long haul, but you can definitely use them to mix in with other colors. Eyes are the big thing. We do glowy eyes a lot in miniature painting, especially like Space Marine helmet style eyes, lenses, things like that. So they work great for all that. Some people just like to paint using them for general coloring. They're super vibrant. So this whole synthwave kick that some people are on, fantastic for that.
How do they hold up on toenails? Want to use the top coat.
Gonna need some varnish.
Oh my gosh, a cat that chews plastic. Bags, stretch wrap, wrappers, tags, etc. That's crazy.
Well, it's got some chompers.
It looks like he's got really nice teeth, though.
He does. I'm painting him like they're pearly whites.
Yeah.
Probably need to do some eye color on him. He, for being such a big boy, he has like little teeny beany eyes.
JP, your dog swallowed socks whole. Another one she hasn't shown much of an interest in socks.
His breath will never be. He uses mints. Dainty little mint.
Hannibal Hannibal's sculptor. Your Hulk paints are incredible, pun intended. I've never seen you do hero characters before. I'd love to see what you do on one of the Wolverine heads I've just finished.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't, I've said it a bunch over the years that for me, characters that have pretty fixed color schemes are not really my big interest point, I guess is the right way to say that. I like having a little bit more freedom when painting to choose my palette based on what I'm feeling like the model wants and not what I know it should look like. You know, Darth Vader, Stormtroopers, yada yada. I know there's some flexibility in what you do. Oh, sorry, I'm way upstairs. I mean, eye sockets. You know, so Spider-Man, you know, I grew up with these characters, and so for me, a lot of times it's less intriguing to go on a painting journey where I got to think about, you know, doing Spider-Man. Now we just painted the Marvel United, the little chibi Captain America, and I had a blast with him. You know,
He's so good.
they're
I
fun.
love his face.
They're fun. It is like somebody called him Chipmunk
Yeah. He's
Cap.
got
You
little
know,
chubby
they're fun
cheeks.
and they're quick. You know, they don't have a ton of detail on them, but just enough to get you by, and you can do some cool techniques on them and still keep them simple, and they just look good, right? So I enjoy that. I'm having a bunch of fun with Hulk because I like painting, you know, large amounts of skin, and so doing the green flesh, we did a really cool workup for the green that I think people liked, and that's turned out really good. So
Nick Pye said that guy Eric you rated us into yesterday was fantastic to watch paint that mirror polish non-metallic metal.
yeah, Eric Swenson is fantastic. He won Monte Sansevino last year. He's a hugely award-winning painter. Arguably one of the best overall painters that you'll find on any type of content creation. He's fantastic with his delivery. He judges a lot now. Once you win top master, like best of show at Monte, you can't win it ever again.
Oh.
And so you move into like the judges category and that kind of stuff. And yeah, so he's won there, and he judged. He was the upper level judge at Nova this year because I think he's won Nova way back. Yeah, fantastic. Great guy, Mo. Yeah, super nice guy, and has just a tremendous personality. Is a great fixture in the painting world for sure. Eric's great. If you ever get a chance to meet him out at a show or something like that, never be afraid to go up and talk to him. He's great. He's very soft spoken, so it's funny because he's a big guy. He's really tall, and he has that kind of heavy metal, long hair, beard kind of look. So he seems very unapproachable, but he's a very timid guy.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he's fun. So Zambies and Jason are entering MSS next year. No. Zambies is. Zambi says you're with the wrong you're. Get some grammar, girl. Shoot.
You're an award-winning painter. Does Monument ever put on painting competitions? If not, do you ever plan to?
The answer is currently no, and then yes. One of the things that we're currently developing are the texture trainers. So you saw me paint this on stream, or maybe you didn't, but we painted this on stream. These are models that I designed, and William Tsang sculpted this one for us. And we 3D print those here in-house, and they're big solid chunks of resin that are for practicing your various styles of painting, right? They're called texture trainers because they give you lots of different texture to play with: hair, skin, wood, leather, metal, stone in this case on the axe, you know, so you get a lot to play with, and we'll have other ones as well that will be really cool. So we are planning on being able to have painting competitions using those so that everybody starts from the same base of model. They're very inexpensive, or comparatively speaking, for busts and such, they'll be very inexpensive. And so the goal with them is to have it to where you can enter into the texture trainer. The painting competition for Monument would be, you know, paint a coin. We call them coins. And so you can paint your version of the coin. And that way you can see a lot of the same model, which I think is really cool for people looking at a competition rather than, you know, the standard competition is, you know, you'll have a lot of Space Marines. You might have some, you know, variations of Eldar and a couple of Knights and things like that. But it's so varied that as you're looking at it, for the viewer, the entertainment is all the cool stuff, right? But it's hard to pick a winner, right? If you're viewing this, it's hard to see. Like, you can tell what, you know, ones are masterfully painted versus new beginner painters, but there's a lot less ability to really judge, in my opinion, because yes, I can judge you on some of your technical capabilities and things by looking at this model versus this model, but then when you say pick a best of show, to me it's near impossible. I get it, judges are good at it, they do it. If they're all the same model or similar enough, right, then all of a sudden you can start judging between them because you can see how they attack the exact same form, and you can see the technical aspects along with the creative aspects, and you can pick a best of show kind of a thing. And for the viewer, you can see between model and model and model what this person did differently than this person. So it also becomes educational for the viewer without having to expect the viewer to know too much, because it's like looking at the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. You'll start to realize where those differences and nuances are. So I really like that aspect of it. It makes it, a lot simpler. Well, maybe not simple to judge, but it makes it a lot more fair at the outcome.
Darth Mullen, physical only. Phil, you should enter anonymously, maybe. I don't know. But I feel like people would think it's rigged if you entered and won.
No, because you work the shows, Phil. Sucks to be a Monument employee.
Millimeter Matt, maybe we're looking at models. The texture trainers are not on our website yet. But yeah, don't be afraid. They're meant for practice, for practicing the different techniques. So you should definitely think about those when we have them out there. Who's your favorite non-winner, and why is it Phil?
Soon, JP. We're just waiting on packaging, and Gabe is maybe actually working on the label for them.
JP Gray, I sent you a big box of stuff today. Actually, it probably hasn't been picked up yet. It's probably still sitting out over in the fulfillment room. Totally not Phil. We'll be entering competitions then.
Totally not Phil. Whose model is this? Totally not Phil.
Division Ring said, I know a lot of painters talk about their competition entries as a matter of time spent. Like, this thing took 500 hours. Are there painting competitions focused on you have 10 hours? Go. Yeah, speed painting.
Oh, sure, there's speed paint competitions. Sometimes they'll be done, like Adepticon does one. I think Gen Con may do one. We're not really tied in with all of that stuff. Sometimes we supply paints for the winners and things like that. But yeah, there's all sorts of speed paint. A lot of times those are kind of what I call celebrity deals, where they bring in, well-known painters, streamers, content creators, have them all sit down in a room together and paint quickly for charity, and then pick a winner out of all of them. But there are also ones that are there for, the general public to enter.
Xrian, I think he's thinking 4. Right now it's just the 1.
Yeah, ultimately we're hoping to have 4. I actually have a conversation early next week with a character design artist.
Yeah, Darth Mullen, that's what we did. We found an artist to sculpt it. Jason has came up with the idea, and
yeah, I do all the concepting.
Yeah.
And then
so that's definitely a thing.
Work with a sculptor. The problem is the way that I do my concepting is very back of napkin, and then I like to let the sculptor have a lot more input on what the final product actually has as details and such. I'm like, oh yeah, give her an axe, and maybe she has a dagger and things like that. And not every sculptor likes working that way. So I'm bringing in a character design artist that can take the project a little bit further than what I've been doing, so that we can work with more sculptors as well.
But yeah, no, we're not planning on releasing the STLs.
Nope. No, they'll be inexpensive enough that there's no need. By the time you go and buy the STL from us and then print it and clean it and hassle with it, we plan to make it to where it's not even a value question for you. You just buy the model. A little bit of black wash, thin down around the eye sockets and around the teeth there. Thin the black wash down, and it lets enough of the other color of the green and stuff show through, so I'm not worried about it just being black pen wash. It gives me the shading I need. Keeps it a little cartoony.
So game delay in, I think it was 2020, or was it 2021 that we did the Mother 11 paint party?
2021.
2021.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
And we worked with, it was Mini Monster Mayhem, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we worked with Mini Monster Mayhem.
Lee from Mini Monster Mayhem. He is
Yeah.
Mini Monster Mayhem. I don't know if he has other people now, but back then Lee did all the sculpts of my designs. So all of these that we did in the Mother Love and Paint Party
We
were...
had 8 models.
Yeah, there were 8 total. I think I only have 4, maybe 5 here. Like, oh,
And then Ilther and Bingo, you've got those over there.
no, Ilther and Bingo are in the case or
Oh.
box or something someplace,
see.
I think. I think they're here. I don't know. I don't know where they're. I don't see them here. Yeah, these are. We did all these, and you could buy these and follow along when we painted them all up live, and you can follow along or paint them on your own or whatever. Got paper towel on the bottom of it. Yeah, so I just did a bunch of fun. They came out in pairs, right? So Ephria and Vic came out as a quarterly pair, and then you would get pairings of models that were kind of along a theme. The first one was like Wasteland Madness. We did them all in like rock and roll concert poster style. And so you had Ilther and Bingo were the first 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ephria and Vic. And then we had the Into the Dark, which was the Ephria and Vic were hunted.
Mm-hmm.
And then Into the Dark was Cosmo.
Oh yeah, Cosmo.
Right, and Deidre.
Deidre.
The Wanderer. She's like half dead, half living. We did a fantasy and a sci-fi model in each round. And then Cosmo. Yeah, a lot of fun. But I do not work with Lee anymore, like designing models for him.
That's the key. Jade, we should have thought of that. That if Chuck took bread to that interview, you would have gotten the job. Instant hire.
Instant hire. Hire me, because every now
But
and
good,
then
we're glad
I
to
will
hear
bring you
that
bread.
it sounds like it might be going well. Please keep us updated.
Apparently, if you sub for 3 months, you can get 2 of the models you did. I think he has them as like I don't remember which 2, but he has 2 of the STLs you can get as a sub deal for him. It might be Ilther and it might be Ilther and Bingo. It might be the first 2.
Professional Paint Looker finally got an airbrush. Besides cleaner and flow improver, what other items do I need to get started?
Paint, really, compressor, paint. You know, I think you got it. The airbrush is really simple. You know, we thin with either flow improver or water or a mix of the 2. So, yeah, Paint Looker's got it right. Like
Paint
as
Looker,
you
not the
start,
professional.
right? As you start, I would suggest taking it apart and cleaning it deeply before you use it. Sitting around and you know, dust and particulates from manufacturing, depending on what brand it is, and even the best branded airbrush out there, after it's been manufactured, if it's sat around quite a while, all of that can start to kind of stick to the sidewalls of the airbrush, and you need to clean it first. But then take it apart. You know, you can look at my quick field guide on YouTube on how all the parts work and how to take them apart and tech to see what's working and what's not if you're having problems. Just get to know it if you're not comfortable with it, and then start spraying it.
Ghost Hunter, how many was that? I do have time to paint them all real quick so that they don't get dust all over the primer.
Ghost Hunter's like, I did it. I went crazy.
But I guess if it was fun, you won't mind if you have to reprime them later.
Nowadays, all you have room for is STLs. I mean, the STLs that aren't like, why? You know, not to put anybody down, but like, why have a bunch of STLs unless you print them when you get them?
Yeah.
Because the reality is, you're not going to remember you have them.
It's just as much of a pile of shame as.
So now I
if
will
they're
admit
sitting
that
there.
every now and then I go back through the terabyte or so STLs we have because we joined forces and did sponsorship for a long time with Mini Monster Mayhem. So I got a lot of models, STLs from him. We did Archvillain Games for a long time. Who are the other guys? We still support White Werewolf Tavern and the things they do, so we get every month's release from White Werewolf Tavern, have for years. So there's just, in my Mini Factory STLs, sometimes it's like Christmas whenever you want it, because you just go look at all the models you have. Because I just get a monthly notification from those guys of, hey, here's the release this month. Here's the release this month, because we support them and they give us the STLs. And I go look, and I'm like, I don't even know what they've released over the past 12 months. So I'll go look through that and be like, oh, well, that's really bitching, you know, but I never do anything. So. Pile of shame, but you can hide your shame. That's no good. But in the apocalypse, you can't trade it for cigarettes. Can't trade it for cigarettes, alcohol, and underwear. Paint Licker's like, oh, I hadn't thought of that.
That's so funny. There was a post yesterday from on Instagram from one of the local news outlets of how often should you buy new underwear? And like how to care for your underwear. And like this is news apparently. And I didn't read it, but the comments were hilarious.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
Yeah, because apparently I don't know, it's recommending that we should be buying new underwear much more frequently than most people do. But the comments were hilarious because it was things like, in this economy, I'm going to stop wearing my old holy underwear until they fall off. And like all of that. And like, this is just propaganda.
It's like, this is government propaganda shaming us into spending more in the textile industry.
That was a comment quite often. Paint Liquor was, who wears underwear?
Underwear?
Like, I'll just quit.
What are you talking about? It's like my buddy that I told you about, Jeff, who only wears brand new socks and only wears them once and then gives them away.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Thing,
I don't know that I remember if he washed them before he gave them away or if he just like took them
so.
off and
just take them off and throw them in a Goodwill pile. Wash them.
Wear
first.
them, turn
Come
them around
on.
inside out, reverse again. Wait a minute.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait a minute.
One pair. How many uses can you get out of it? Underwear and avocado toast are why millennials can't buy houses.
Also true.
Jade had planned to finish up the dragon by the end of the year, then took on a sewing challenge. Oh my gosh. By the way, Jade, I don't know if I told you that Shelby was very, very impressed by a picture of the costumes and stuff that you, or the, do you call them costumes? I don't want that to be insulting. The gowns, your 16th century Renaissance gowns.
Oh, the Ren Fair stuff. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
gosh.
They were pretty amazing.
Amazing.
Tremendous work, Jade.
Oh, Monument Schlebby.
What?
She changed her name. I like it.
We win. We win.
Ride them till the wheels fall off. Darth Mullen. I wear my clothes until they drop off my body, but I willingly pay for new art in the form of 2 terabytes of STLs.
We've talked about it a lot. It's difficult for me because, you know, I get it, right? There's a whole commerce ability around selling the STLs on a Patreon and all that. And I'm all for it, man. You get yours. But at the same time, it's devalued miniatures tremendously.
Yeah.
Because you can get 50 miniatures for $10 by pledging to this Patreon. And I don't know. It's a weird one for me. It's a love-hate that I have with this whole situation. I love the creativity. I love what we're getting out of it. You know, the artwork's fantastic. Some really cool ideas. Of course, there's a lot of people that are just, you know, GW costs too much. Here, I'm going to make Space Marines and you can get them cheap. But at the same time, there's a lot of really cool artists out there doing really cool stuff. But eventually you run out of content. They're going to find out, being commercial artists selling goods, which the STL are still goods, is that you're finding people like One Page Rules starting to get into game making and, you know, having to focus their designs into things that they hope have meaning, as opposed to, here's the dwarf release and 50,000 more dwarves that nobody needs, you know. And you support the artist, but at some point in time it becomes untenable because you run out of ideas. So the ones that do really well hire character design artists, and, you know, they have those people draw up new designs and then they sculpt them, which I think is great. But again, there's a reason why GW doesn't come out with 5 million models a year like people wish they would, because they'd be in business for a lot fewer years. You know, gotta time that stuff. Now it's like, good God, how do you keep up with that release schedule? A lot of the big ones have reduce the amount of STLs they release on a monthly basis because they just realize that, number one, you're going to burn yourself out regardless of the paycheck.
Ghost Hunter said, Schlebby accidentally better painter than Jabe already. Uh-oh.
If you talk to her, it's probably not an accident.
Well, she just said, oopsie.
Rude.
JP Gray. Belzaris, I just wanted to share how much I love how your company has grown from the days of Slow Fuse and getting hyped for the brush releases. I love that I can go to several stores in my area and see your paints in a display. I love recommending your products and knowing they are quality and built with passion. Thank you again for all your contributions to the community. I'm like gonna cry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, these things
so
get tear filled because it's really you guys. Thank you, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, because this is just a crazy idea that Jen and I had, and you know, we've ridden through the storm and gotten here on, you know, the same bus that you guys have been helping steer. So thank you for helping us find our way from our beginnings to here. We still got a lot of work to do, a lot of cool stuff to bring you. So always makes us happy when we know that people have enjoyed the ride so far, because
Yeah.
we got a lot of fun stuff to do. It has been crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just using regular purple right now, by the way. Sorry, we've been yapping about other things. I've been talking about the paint I'm using. This is just purple.
Purple on top of
Purple on top of royal purple on top of dark purple.
dark purple.
Is all I've done on the pants so far. They have the same dark blue base shadow that the whole model had, obviously, but I haven't mixed any other shadow colors. I haven't even mixed any of these colors together.
that is correct, Ghost Hunter. Chat saw the white paint and nudged us into a business. It's Chat's fault. JP, were you here yesterday? She was here painting yesterday, the entire stream.
He came in at the end. Don't let him lie to you.
And she will
He
be
says,
here.
I don't know
Oh,
who
that's
this
right,
girl is,
because
but she's painting good.
that's right, because he asked about his paint, and I said I will do it today, and I did it today. But she'll be here tomorrow too. She'll be sitting here in this spot tomorrow, and I will be over there painting. And I love how everyone is just like kind of forgotten about Baby J.
Poor Baby J.
He's like, now
That'll
that
teach him.
we're past the era of Baby J, when does Shelby start painting? Or
That'll
start
teach him.
streaming? He's gonna come back and find the locks changed per chat.
Jordan has been voted out. Sorry, buddy. I told you, you got to think about it when you take a vacation.
What if he's here lurking?
Then he'll know quicker.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like maybe every day he's just been waiting. Like, are they gonna talk?
He dropped into Discord chat the other day.
I did see that. Yes,
He's off having a lot of fun.
I'm sure he's on vacation.
I think by now he's probably back in Washington, right?
I believe so.
I think he was going to Indy first.
When did you start your stream streak game delay? Oh, that was back in the twilight days of Baby J. Oh, actually, no, we can't answer that question.
What's that?
Your favorite paint of your line. It was
The
a
one I'm painting with at the time.
rapid fire question.
That was the answer I invented the other day when somebody asked.
That's actually a good answer.
It's whatever color I'm using at the time you ask me, because I love every single color in our line.
Yeah.
They don't all get the same amount of use, but they all have the same value when using them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's the I don't have a favorite child answer.
Hannibal's sculptor, for a guy who's never learned color theory but wants to paint heads they sculpt, is there a suggestion of anything I should start with?
Hang out here.
Yeah.
We got you. Start looking at stuff around the internet, not just here, but other content. You're already on the right path. I don't have any formal art training to give you an idea. So everything you see me do, every model you see me paint, is just the experience of having painted for a very long time. And it's easy now to get so much education in a non, formal education environment through YouTube and everything else that it really does become a lot easier. When I was young, it was very rare that you could even find people talking about painting models. And when you did, they were not really doing it to help kids. So just dig in, find, through Google or, coming here and asking questions like you are, like where you can steer to find people that are doing content, relevant to your goal. And then
Avian,
breathe in that content.
Avian is recommending the methodologies as well. We've got quite a few methodologies that are step by step to create different skin tones.
Yeah. And if you're doing like just faces, right? Like if you're 3D printing faces that you're using, I know a lot of people do that for like replacing heads on G.I. Joe and other character dolls that come with, just the standard like kind of rubber Chinese character face that look similar. But if you want to do something that ties the character together, I see a lot of people doing those face repaints and sculpts. And if you're doing that, then studying real skin tones, and that can be as easy as Google Images and pulling out and sharing on or saving to your drive, all of the different skin tones that you might be painting. Character references of the character or the something similar to what you've sculpted, always a great idea. Never feel bad about if you're painting Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, saving a bunch of pictures of Hugh Jackman, not just as Wolverine, but just of Hugh Jackman's skin tone and all that. Those types of character references do wonders.
Lumberjack Tim said Baby J only came in the Discord once this week. Hold on, it went away.
I know.
And it keeps going away. Came in the Discord once this week and hasn't even popped in stream. We didn't abandon him. He abandoned us.
I'm with you, Timbo.
You better let him know. JP Gray has an open letter to Baby J. You are replaced per this moment by Monument Shlebi, as she does not use tartar sauce nor paint Silver Surfer as Iceman.
Baby J, if you're out there, I still love you. These people are mean.
Mo, this sounds like the way. It sounds like an ideal situation. Mo said, I tell my daughter she's my favorite daughter, and my son, he is my favorite son. I have one of each, so it's easy.
Well, yeah. But they'll get wise to your ways sooner or later. That won't last forever.
Darth Molin said this model is poppin'. Will you do a tutorial on green skin based on this model?
I mean, since we capture these videos over on YouTube, I think your best bet is to go watch over there. The bulk of the skin was done in an hour and a half 2 days ago.
Yep.
The highlighting for the skin is a very good tutorial, and that was done yesterday, because that was done with, high contrast sketching of highlights and then glazing the green over to bring it all back together. So that's always a great way to learn to paint highlights of any kind, whether you're doing armor or skin or whatever. But all of that's available on the VODs, so I don't usually think of it in those terms, like going back and doing something special with it, but I could.
Gabe
I would
said
reach out to Gabe and beg and plead and see if he can corral me into doing something different.
Yesterday's video is uploading right now, but the day before is already up on YouTube. So Tuesday, the 26th, you look for the December 26th stream. That's where he started it. This was black primer. He did all the base coats and got it to looking really green. And then yesterday's will be up after.
But we might be able to pull enough like screenshots to do a methodology. Obviously, we'll have the end product for photographs. This is being used as a example on the website. So photos of the Hulk will be up on the website eventually, or something we're doing with the changes we're making to the website for the new year.
Chuck, did it go well? We decided that when you go, now Jade said this was a Zoom interview. When you go to your in-person interview, you need to take some of that pumpkin bread. And then they will have no choice.
Just be honest, say this is one of the benefits of dealing with me.
Yes, if you hire me, I will make this more often.
The guy mentioned he was diabetic. Oh. Well, then if you don't want the job.
I prefer not to get charged with attempted murder day one. But then JP said if he dies, you apply for his job.
JP's always very pragmatic about these things.
He's a thinker.
He drives a big yellow van.
With Pokemon
and lives down by the river. In a yellow Pokemon's van.
How many dogs fit in the Poke van?
The Poke van. Oh, this is awesome.
All of them. 23-foot van. Fit the whole crew in there. That's a lot of Pokemon cards too. Liz is not a fan of having it in the driveway.
I can bet. I don't even know
why
neighborhood
kids are
going to
start hanging out in your yard.
Do you guys have a brick and mortar, or are you just doing this online? Like, is Liz having to deal with all of this at the house? You guys are crazy.
Ooh.
Hey, somebody likes us.
R. Apollo Stepanovanvisa. I'm going to call you Apollo and say thank you for the follow. That rhymed. I don't know if you noticed that.
I caught that. I was waiting for the after effects there. So that was good.
Professional paint liquor. Are we hiring a paint quality taster or R&D taster? No. Not. Just signed a lease last week. It's currently all at the other guy's house. Liz would not allow me to move the amount of product we own into our house. That's smart.
Thank God. I don't think that would go very well.
Did she learned from us, probably.
Yeah, you guys came to the house. Didn't we have a lot of stuff at the house when you guys were at our house?
The other guy is single and has no wife to stop him.
Again, just very textured highlight blocking in here on the purple. We have the ability to be a little bit more freeform with our textures because it is torn stretched fabric, so it's going to have a lot of stretch lines, horizontal textures. You'll see that I'm just kind of keeping my brush strokes going the same horizontal direction. It can get fairly chunky because we'll do the same type of thing we did with the skin if we have to. We'll glaze back over it with the dark purple towards the end. A lot of people call this blocking in. You're just trying to find where your highlights would go.
Is the stuff around his waist, is that like his shirt?
Shirt,
Okay.
yeah. I'll paint that. Probably like a grayish white. It's usually like a grayish white.
Yeah, the back room was full at our old house. That's right, because Jason did the stream in there and in the front room, but the back room had all the product in it. Yep.
I think so, right?
Yeah. Chuck said, strangely, I did apply for another job today. The title is Flavor Lab Technician. Wonder if my experience eating paint will help there.
I wouldn't tell him that, but maybe. If you can kind of reframe that a bit, maybe.
The rock on his foot is giving me negative feelings. Me too. I don't like it. It's weird.
I don't like it either. I'm like, what in the world is that about? Why didn't we just leave the foot the foot? That is useless.
It's silly. Yeah.
It didn't need to be there. It's very strange. It looks like I forgot to clip off all the stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Avian said, I remember Jen working in the background during the stream. Yep. I would be. It's a bunion. Even superheroes have health issues.
Ha! That's a hell of a bunion, man. That's like a carrot grown
Stepped
out.
in Hulk gum. That's true. It looks like a big hunk of gum. Make it bubblegum pink.
Hey, somebody likes us.
Post-mortem. Thank you for that follow. It was small. Then the bunion hulked out.
Wah, wah, wah.
He jumps with such power, he tears the ground up with his toes. I still maintain that this is Ballerina Hulk.
This is not Ballerina Hulk.
He is doing a little twirl
It is not
on
Ballerina
his tippy
Hulk.
toe.
That is not what's happening. You stop. That is not the
He
case.
hates it when I say this.
This is not the
Gets
case.
very mad.
There's no ballerina tutu on him. That's not how this is working.
The stuff around his waist wants to be a tutu. It's just very
That would be a funny conversion if you decide to do. She's talking about she
I
wants
will
to get her
totally
own.
do that. Thank you. See? He's doing a pirouette.
Okay, so first off, nothing Paint Liquor says is something that we can all agree is.
But it's Avian and JP Gray, Ghost Hunter, Shelby supports Ballerina Hulk. See? They're on my side. Okay, I need to get this model. And I'm just gonna go get some clay and I'm gonna sculpt myself a little tutu. Put it on him.
That's awesome, Chuck.
Tiny dancer Hulk.
Congrats on the good interview. Xerian says, I can see it.
Yeah,
No, you
thank
can't.
you.
That there is nothing ballerina about this pose. This is
all
totally I'm coming
ballerina.
to smash pose. Like this, there is no ballerina nothing
Of course it is.
with that lunging
The pointed
forward.
toes.
He would flunk ballerina school with that
No,
posture.
he would not. He's got a beautiful arch in his back.
Oh my god!
It's fantastic.
I quit. I quit.
Ooh, just a fabric one, like an actual tutu. I like that idea too, and just glue it on.
That'd be a lot
There's
easier
so much
because I think if you
ballerina-
just take it and scrunch it around,
Yeah.
it does the tutu thing automatically,
Yep.
right? So.
That's a better idea. Belzaro, thank you.
Xerian says more
Doing that.
imagination, my guy. That's not what we do here.
so much ballerina going on. It's right out of the Nutcracker.
Okay,
Yes.
so this guy
Thank you.
is just Cole. I don't know what's up with these names. Is this a real name?
I know.
I need you to type in chat.
Nikolai Konovalov.
Nikolai Konovalov.
Valov.
Welcome,
Nikolai. Thank you.
Nicole.
They never say anything after I butcher their names either.
You are now Nick.
somebody
We
likes
butcher
us.
names around here. We apologize.
If chat doesn't get a ballerina Hulk, we riot.
Well, your loved ones are going to hate this. Honey, why are you running around the house angry? They didn't make Hulk a ballerina! I need video of this happening.
If I get this model, it's gonna happen. Where do I get this?
Don't tell her.
How do I find it?
Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Don't tell her that we're already
Immortal
partners
Hulk?
with AMG and she could just email them.
Oh, that's right.
They literally told us in our last meeting, if you need models, just send me an email.
Right.
So there you go.
Liz.
I actually bought this because we needed it quickly. I didn't want to be our first, hey, we could use some models from you tomorrow.
And I'm gonna make it into a ballerina.
Maybe don't
Do I tell them or
tell
no?
them that part.
Don't tell them that part? Okay.
Maybe don't tell them the ballerina part. I mean, you do you, but maybe not
Ooh, Shelby will make the tutu for me.
the ballerina part. Jin's the Ellis Island of Twitch, changing names as people come into chat. You want to be in Monument Hobbies? Your name is George. What? I remember those old comedy sketches where it was like people coming in. What's your name? Nikolai. It's like, your name's Fred.
Yeah.
Move along. Next.
It's mostly the last names.
Next.
It's where did that one go? Okay. Konovalov. You're Smith.
Game delay. My name is George. It's my middle name. You are now George.
George with a J.
Liz would tell you to stop yelling and move the
Yeah.
yellow van from your front yard.
Yes.
Oh, don't be the guy with the yellow van in your yard.
Paint liquor. People do think your name is Paint Killer. Well, and like Punisher on Discord is not Speed Chaser.
He's Pete Cheeser.
Yes, but I am not the only one who thought it was Speed Chaser.
So, okay, so X, what he says, you and Baby J nailed their name in one shot.
And I've probably been saying it wrong because I don't remember. Extrian?
I said Xrian. Am I wrong?
No, I've already forgotten, and I've probably said it wrong.
Or Ryan? Punisher is quick to cheese. The Speed Cheeser.
Chat changes everyone's name to start with J, except Shelby. Oh, yep. Perfect. Extrian.
Got it. Nailed it. Nailed it. All right, next I gotta go to what? Maybe Faded Plum? Underrated color. Fantastic. A little bit of Faded Plum for those highlights.
Professional Paint Liquor, are you leaving? Enjoy the rest of your day.
You can see where I brought the first highlight up. The first layer went this entire fold. The second layer started around here. You can see this kind of bright area where it gets brighter over this way. And so I want to kind of stay inside of that, maybe right at the edge of that, and do a thinner highlight along the folds here. Whereas that last brush stroke was really chunky. Now you want to find the detail to it. And have the highlight run in between the area where the last two colors were a little bit.
Ooh, Paint Liquor disappointed it's not hot pink.
It is. You just need to adjust your monitor. Paint Liquor, the last few models I painted, I have done dark magenta over damn near white. The Gorders didn't get, you don't get any more hot pink than what I did
They were pretty pink.
in that step. The fact that then I paint right over it,
It's still
Doesn't
there.
really-
We know in our heart it's there.
yeah.
I missed that one. Do it again.
No.
That was actually Punisher, not even Paint Liquor. But is that now? I don't think so. I can see pink under there still. And don't worry, Paint Liquor. When I paint my ballerina Hulk, there will be plenty of pink.
That's not happening. That's not freaking happening. Although, you know who would get the biggest kick out of that?
Huh?
Dallas.
What'd you say?
Dallas would probably get the biggest kick out of that.
I'll just contact him directly. The Hulk has dark magenta abs, but people still be complaining. Right? Can't make anyone happy. Oh, yeah. I mean, mine still works, but Monument Slow Fuse doesn't exist anymore. That is very old.
What's that?
That alert from Streamlabs. It says to tag us.
Oh,
And it's got Monument Slow Fuse. Monument Gentastic, which, I mean, I'll see it because I'm watching.
but we're all Monument Hobbies now. We need to change that one.
I don't know how to change those things.
I lost
need a
my
lesson.
I lost my personal identity on the internet
Yeah.
because
'Cause it
all
was
of the
everything was
Monument
slow
Hobby
fuse.
stuff was mine.
Yep.
So I don't have. I'm just Monument Hobbies.
Up to Fine Painting, thank you for the sub.
What's going on, girl?
How are you? Thanks, Tim. T. Schmidt said, Fuse, that Hulk looks absolutely amazing.
Thank you, man.
And yes, T. Schmidt, take a moment and just imagine it with a pink
Shush!
shirt.
Shush, you!
Been a rough year. Oh, sorry to hear that.
Who said that? Aptifine?
Have to find.
Aw.
You only got a few days left.
This is also true.
You can do it.
I'm back with a little bit of the regular purple here. Back in between the folds a little bit.
JP Gray just asked T. Schmidt if he's ready to see a pokey van roaming the streets of the city.
Nobody's ready for that.
Oh, T. Schmidt is. He said yes.
Houston's doomed.
A tutu. So, T. Schmidt, you got to look at this Hulk and tell me that he doesn't look like he's doing ballet. I mean, from this angle, he does not. But when you turn it and you see his foot pointed out behind him, and then you pair that with the arms up above his head like that, he is doing a twirl. So he needs a tutu. T. Schmidt said, Fuse, you've been to Houston. It's always been doomed.
It's always been doomed. It is kind of true.
Raptifine said, tractors broke down. Mom had a heart attack. I am so done with 2023.
I hate to hear it.
Oh, definitely sorry to hear all of that. You give him a tutu, he'll look like the Toxic Avenger.
Yes.
Rage ballet, it's the new TikTok trend. So when Jason and I first started dating, they've changed the emoji a little bit, but I still use it. So there's an emoji of a woman in a red dress, and she has one arm up like this, and then the dress is kind of like flowing out behind her. And when I look at it, I see a woman in a very nice red dress, but she is mad at the world and she is shaking her fist at the world. And so I use it that way. And I did that in a text to Jason, and it's stuck. So ever since then, anytime I'm angry, I use that lady in the red dress emoji.
And by angry, she means when I text her to tell her that the restaurant we wanted to get food from is closed.
Yeah. That's the extent of my anger. Rage ballet is just hardcore moshing. Huh. Sounds right.
That's Jen's favorite dancing.
Mm-hmm. She's dancing the Paso Doble. Again, one of the angry dances. So I wasn't wrong.
I can't pull too much shine over here, but I really like all of the wrinkles in the pants. I am going to grab just a little bit of highlight on some of these, as if the wrinkle is uneven, has some peaks to it or something. Wouldn't really be the way that it is, but sometimes you got to say to heck with reality. I'm painting a green gamma infused man, so I do what I want.
A green gamma infused man doing ballet.
No. You hush.
Ooh, some shredded ballet shoes.
They just be like trailing off behind
Yeah.
with the ribbons all torn
with
up.
the ribbons.
Well, now you got me talking about it. Dadgummit. I could actually see that one. Damn it.
Bend a large paperclip into a tiara to match the tutu. I don't know that he needs a tiara. I think the tutu is enough.
Done enough damage already, haven't you, chat?
Doing the paso doble, you get to stomp, stick out your chest, rip up concrete with your toes. We fired Baby J. We ruined this model for all watching. Sounds like a normal Thursday.
Dang it, chat. Told you to behave.
And then I want to somehow turn the rock on his foot into like a little bird.
Hmm?
Why not? Makes as much sense as a rock.
I mean, at least there's other rocks in the scene.
Oh, yes, some flowers. Bravo. Who dances your favorite paso doble? And why is it Phil?
Poor Phil.
I don't think Phil's here right now.
Sparkle wand. You people. You people.
No, that's all too much. I think it's just the tutu.
You people. Time for some dark warm gray. Yeah.
JP, are you saying? Did you mean to say you're not dark? So are you bright warm gray? T Schmidt got your wizard's butt today. Awesome. It will never get old, just like the new guy. Ronvin, thank you for the follow.
Hey, somebody likes us.
Avian, what is that?
Uh-oh. Do I even want to know?
I don't know. Is this from something? So throw out your hands, stick out your tush, hands on your hips, give them a push. You will be surprised you are doing the French mistake. Oh, it's from Blazing Saddles. Okay. The French mistake. I think you're right, Game Delay. Game Delay said, I feel like Phil is the right amount of world weary to really appreciate stretched out cynicism and humor. Being mean to Baby J is more like kicking a puppy. It's true.
I have to.
Phil puts up with us calling him New Guy Phil 3 years later.
Yeah.
When he doesn't even like to be called Phil.
Yeah.
Like, he tolerates it. He's like, yep, that's me. I'm the new guy. And he says it like that in that inflection.
Oh, he's so deadpan. I'll be the new guy until I'm dead.
Yep, that's me. I'm the new guy. Hi, I'm Phil.
50 years from now, I'll be new guy Phil. Yeah, he prefers being called Philip.
Prefers Philip. He's a Philip, yep. 1L, though.
Yeah, he prefers Philip.
Yep.
But that's not how Monument Hobbies works.
You don't get to have a preference.
You don't get a choice.
That's why Jabe is Jabe.
And Schlebby is Schlebby.
Well, Schlebby came from her family, but we found out about it, and now she's Schlebby here too.
Yeah, she didn't like that either. But you notice she changed her Twitch name.
Yes.
Things have a way of sticking around here.
$3.45.
What?
I know.
No way.
Yep.
You're lying.
I'm not.
The clock is lying.
Maybe.
Somebody's lying.
I'm not.
I have only been here painting for like 20 minutes.
Well,
This is impossible.
you've gotten a lot done then. Gabe only just recently started calling you Schlebby. I thought he told us it was like from childhood.
Yeah.
Is Gabe a liar?
Also, yeah.
What?
Gabe is the kind of liar.
He's lying.
Gabe is the kind of liar who does it for fun,
Yeah.
not for like being
no,
mean, right?
For sure not.
Gabe's like just trying to get to his sister. Oh yeah, nobody calls her Shelby.
I've been calling you that behind your back. for like her whole life. You've been keeping it a secret for 20 years.
You're learning a lot today, Shelby.
47 years I've been calling you that.
Wait a minute. A lot of people lie to me about their age, is what I'm finding out here. Jen tells me she's not 29.
Not in a long time. Paco. It's very demeaning. Aw. Are they all older? They pick on you? Did they used to dress you up in their clothes and put ribbons in your hair?
Who's this?
Oh, it's JP. I'm older than them. Don't call me little kid names. I want to be the age that I really am. I've never lied about my age. I didn't even have a fake ID.
Lies. More lies.
It didn't.
More lies.
Your grandpa called you McGillicuddy? Like there's a story there.
The Lord Commander can be any age he wants.
Not really. He just did it. I mean, why not? Nicknames are fun.
The thing with Jen and I is we don't care what age we are. I don't think.
Huh?
We don't really care what age we are. Do we?
No. Oh, okay.
Not like I have a choice.
You're typically guessed to be 8 to 12 years younger than you are. Once you get to a certain point, that becomes delightful.
Hey, somebody likes us.
Vis the Switch. Thank you for the follow. And thank you for having an easy to pronounce name. Game Delay said I was born Andrew, raised Andrew, never had a nickname until my teenagers, so your children's friends decided that they like your middle name better, so now you're George.
You're also dad, so you can kind of control this. Take control, Dad. Jeez. Next person that calls me George is living strictly on Brussels sprouts.
Oh, yes, I can control the band geeks at the high school.
Wait a minute. If this isn't your kids that are doing this, how did everybody else find out your middle name?
It's kids' friends.
Oh.
Davian, you can eat your Brussels sprouts however you want. That's between you and them.
Here we go.
We don't mess with those.
Just remember, in the end, you what?
You're worth it, and their words can't hurt you. I didn't say that. For all you people who like Brussels sprouts, that's great for you.
That's great for you. You're
You
still
don't have
wrong.
to try and convince me. I have my own opinions. I'm not changing them.
The greatest thing you get as a grown-ass human is
Do whatever you want.
do whatever you want. You also have to suffer the consequences for whatever you do, but at least you get to choose.
There's not a consequence for me for not eating Brussels sprouts.
Not really.
JP, I too was bullied by a 23-year-old child yesterday. He called me sir and asked if the war I was in was Vietnam.
And you
Start
probably
using
said
some
yes.
eye cream, JP Gray.
You probably
Some
said
anti-aging
yes. Whippersnapper. You just smiled and said the price of your Pokemon is now $20 more than it should be. That's too much power for one man to hold, JP. Too much power. Ronford, thanks you so much. Just we've been over the past couple streams working on Hulk. Having some fun. Mostly with skin tones, because that's what Hulk is. Today, just doing some of the detailing. This is the Invincible Hulk from Atomic Mass Games, Marvel
AKA
Crisis Protocol.
Ballerina Hulk.
It is not Ballerina Hulk.
Crashing Adam said, I just had a man on Reddit say hair dryers don't dry acrylic resin. It goes through a chemical cross-linking process and takes 2 days. That's enough internet for today. I don't understand this.
Yeah, so that person didn't understand probably that you were talking about acrylic resin in a water-based suspension as paint. Yeah. I mean, it is a chemical process of polymerization, right? That happens when heat is applied to it. But at the chemical bond level, that heat is different than just putting it in a hot room because it's triggered actually by evaporation. The evaporation of the water out of the suspension is what generates the heat. So the hair dryer could be blowing on cool. It's not the heat of the hair dryer that does it, and so that person probably just misunderstood what was being represented. A lot of people use a hair dryer, but it's just the air blowing on the paint that's doing the evaporation part, not necessarily the heat. Water evaporates in a refrigerator, for crying out loud, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just the amount of surface contact that you have with air. And yeah, the polymerization, hard word, process takes longer than, you know, the paint actually appears dry to the touch. But for all intent and purpose, you paint right over it. Doesn't really matter. This is just bright neutral gray. Ballerina Hulk is canon now. This is not true. This is not how this works.
Where do we donate to the Jen Does Girl Hulk Fund? It'll happen. It's gonna happen. I just need to figure out how to get this model.
And then do the tutu and...
Shelby's gonna make me a tutu.
Oh, Shelby. Shelby. Why
Go
are
Sue,
you
you're here just
helping?
in time to convince Jason that this Hulk does look like he's doing ballet. The thumbnail for this YouTube video be a ballerina Hulk. I gotta go look up. I'll be right back.
Seriously, chat?
They're on my side.
This is not how this works. They're on your side. Laugh it up, fuzzball. think the photo is this angle right here. Gabe already took the photo. Gabe, do you have multiple angles of him in that photo, or just the one? Should have planned this better. He says, which photos? The Hulk photo. Because the one you sent me was kind of like this. Do we have any that are more head-on of the Prime one? Or is the one that you sent me like this is the only one we got? I'm just trying to know where I need to tune some of the highlights. Yeah, the one that's going to be stacked. Do we have a choice of how we stack it from different angles? Or is it just this one? Just one? All right. All right. All right. No 360-degree rotatable photos? The people are slacking. No, it wasn't supposed to rotate. It's not an animated thing. I just wasn't sure if we only had the one photo angle to work from. Because this is it's meant for not a step-by-step in a traditional means deal, but it's to show the different steps of building and painting and prepping a model, right? And so it has he's been taking photos at the various steps of this one. He has the built model, and then the primed model, and then the various stages of painting and basing, finishing the base and stuff that'll happen on there. But he has to take the photos at the exact same angle because they'll be, think of it in terms, we're not time lapsing them, but if you had to time lapse it by photo interaction, you'd want to have been able to have it on a stand getting the same exact angle every time. I obviously can't do that because I got to pick it up and paint it. No, Avian, you cannot. Go, so what's going on? You have a question regarding gloss varnish. You're looking for an acrylic poly varnish with a lot of protection durability. Does your varnish have a lot of durability versus other varnishes? No water-based acrylic varnish will be as strong as a urethane that is solvent-based. So if you're looking for strength, I would always go with something that is solvent-based. If, when staying in the water-based world is critical for you, then yeah, our varnish is fairly tough for a water-based varnish, but it is also formulated to be tough in terms of, you know, finish for models, not finish for furniture or other things you may be looking at. So when I say that, don't think you're going to varnish your outdoor grill and get a lot of mileage out of it. was the lighting pretty good. You're trying to stay away from solvents due to it reacting with oils? How do you mean? You've done oil washes on the model? I mean, once the oil wash is cured, you can use solvent-based products over the top of it. You just can't before that, right? So you could use like a lacquer or an enamel. Probably a lacquer varnish is your better bet, right? Solvent-based lacquer. There are acrylic water-based lacquers too, but not in general is that what you're going to find. But you could use a solvent-based lacquer over the top. You could also use a water-based product over the top and then a lacquer-based product over the top as a double varnish coat. So if you wanted to feel comfortable that what you were using was it was water as a solvent, right? Because water is a solvent in acrylic water-based paints. If you wanted to use our gloss varnish over the top of the model first to make sure that it, you know, the once it was cured, your oils were protected, and then go over it with a solvent-based varnish, you could do that too. Jordan got Iceman and Jason is getting a ballerina. It's fair. No, it's not fair. Not fair at all. I think that covers us for today. And we're on to the base. We can paint the rock that has everybody ticked off. And get all that stuff done. It's got like smoky, traily rock bits coming out of it all over the place. Smash. I got to put some basing material on here anyway because we want to show some of our basing material even though it's all broken concrete. We'll put like a dirt flying up. We'll put some basing material on it. But I am very happy today. We spent some time taking the black green and a glaze and glazing it back into shadows to redefine, give it a little bit more punch on the shadow along the pecs and then some of the muscle groups. And it turned out really good. Did the toofs, black wash. I need to go back and do one more punch of ivory along the teeth because we did the black wash. So it kind of grazed the teeth out a little bit. So we'll put some ivory on there. And then, of course, give them some pupils.
Barbie Yoda. Sorry.
What's that?
I was just going to thank Barbie Yoda and the cue ball for the follows.
I worked a little bit on the purple pants. I'm probably really going to, because of need for speed, I'm probably going to focus on the angle shot that Gabe has, which I think is like this. So we've got a bunch of good contrast built up from this angle. It'll be a neat pick, but I'll probably only worry about the base from this angle, really. You know, probably like this or whatever he tells me, and not worry about, because I didn't really go in and do much on the skin on his back yet. We'll finish him eventually. And other lies we tell ourselves. But this is one of those that is definitely getting painted for the shot that Gabe wants, and not for the shot that Gabe doesn't take. A punch of ivory to the teeth, was that on purpose? Huh? What? No? Was it a dad joke? Did I get a free dad joke out of that one? Yay! And we always tell you get really bad humor here, so that's fine. So that's fine. But thank you so much for hanging. Cue Ball, thank you for the follow. Everybody that showed up as new followers, please, if you did not hit that follow button yet, please do. If you're just finding us out and you're wandering around the internet, we are Monument Hobbies. We make all the wonderful paints and brushes that you've seen me use on this wonderful model by Atomic Mass Games for their Marvel Crisis Protocol game. Again, it is the Invincible Hulk, I think? Invincible Hulk. Not incredible. This guy's invincible. And he's been a blast to paint.
Ballerina Hulk.
We will continue painting him over the course of tomorrow, and then that'll be the end. I think that'll be the time, the done time for Hulk. We'll finish the base tomorrow so we can get him ready for photo ops.
And I'm then, painting tomorrow.
And Jen will be painting. She'll be in seat number 2 over there.
Yep.
Or seat number 1. I guess I don't know. She'll be over there.
It's 2.
And painting the wonderful Deadpool model that she started a couple months back, right?
Yeah, it's been a
while.
while.
So she's got Deadpool on a stuffed unicorn that's going to be fun to match up with the other chibi Marvel stuff we've been doing. These are tons of fun to paint. They come from Cool Mini or Not's Marvel United game. So if you're into
I also
the
have
whole
Lady Deadpool that I started.
Marvel verse, oh yeah, she's over here too.
Yep,
I forgot what this was.
that's her.
Yeah. So there's also Lady Deadpool, or Gwenpool. I don't know who it is.
On the box, I think they called her Lady Deadpool.
But fun models. So Jen will be painting with us tomorrow, and we'll be continuing on with Hulk. Before we send you off into the new year. How crazy is that? That's absolutely stupid. That tomorrow might be the last stream of the year.
Yeah.
That's insane, folks. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Our community has grown tons and tons. You see that Jen threw a bunch of links up in chat there. The Discord is one of the primary ones. Come join in with this wonderful community so you can get more hobby inspiration on a daily basis. Well over 3,000 artists just like yourselves in there. Tons of good info. Direct line up to see what we got cooking at Monument Hobbies all the time. And just good banter and friends to be made. So we'd love to see you over there. Also, the store and the FLGS links will show you how and where you can buy all of the Monument Hobbies products. If there's not a store near you on the FLGS locator, then you can come direct to Monument Hobbies. We ship worldwide. So we will find somebody to raid.
JP, you should have gotten an email with tracking, so you keep an eye on it. Coming your way.
I'm not going to let her send it, so don't get all excited.
All right.
But stick around, show some love for the stream we wind up in, and keep hobbying on. We'll see you back here tomorrow, gang. Have a good night.
Bye,
We're out.
everyone.